you wonderful people. So for this video, I figured I, might take some time to kind of share with you guys some of the nicknames I've accumulated over the years. Each of the nicknames I got for different reasons and at different points in my life. Some of them could still apply to me if I guess those certain people are around me, but it's not like a general thing that happens to me. Usually for me, when I get a nickname, it's usually like a select person or a select group of people who calls me that certain nickname. It's not like everyone knows me by that nickname. One example is the nickname Pork Chop. Apparently I got it back in elementary school. I remember it vaguely. I don't remember why I got it. I just remember my friend Alonzo and my friend Brayley would always call me that. I'd actually almost like completely forgotten about it until high school because we went to the same school and they started calling me that there, and I was like, holy shit, I totally fucking forgot about Pork Chop being a thing. Another nickname I got was in my freshman year of high school, where basically, I forgot what the class was called, but it was like an automotives class or whatever, and for some reason conversation came up and people were like, you know what, Michael, you look like Sherman from The Nutty Professor. And then everyone in the class starts looking at me and they're like, yeah, you fucking do. Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. And from that point on, most everybody from that class was, anytime they see me in the hallway or we were in the same class, they'd be like, Sherman! Mostly, I think that was just mostly because I'm fat, black, and I'm wearing glasses. I'm sure there's someone that's watching who watched this video and be like, oh my god, you do look like the fucking Nutty Professor. I didn't realize it till now, until you said that, but you totally do look like the fucking Nutty Professor. But it's not that big of a deal to me. I kind of hated it in the beginning, but I was like, man, who cares? Next nickname I ever got is from a couple years ago. It's actually, I got from an ex-girlfriend. It's probably the most normal of any nickname I've ever gotten, and that's Mikey. See? Pretty dull and boring. But prior to this ex-girlfriend, like, no one had ever called me Mikey before. People have called me Mike. I've had like a cousin call me Mike, but Mikey was just its own thing. And because of that, like, because I told her like no one's ever called me Mikey before, so I think she held it a little more like, oh my god, this is something I call you that no one else does, type of thing. I don't know. I think she held it a little more closely in her heart or whatever. I think it's because of that it ended up starting like an interesting conversation we had like at one point later on down the road in our relationship. It's me and her, and we're having a three-way with a female friend of mine. Not that kind of three-way, I wish. But basically we were on the phone talking, and throughout this entire conversation this female friend of mine just kept calling me Mikey. I noticed it, but I didn't really pay too much attention to it. But basically after this friend hung up, or her phone dropped or whatever, my girlfriend at the time, she goes, I hate it, she kept doing that. I was like, what? She kept calling you Mikey. I was like, yeah, I noticed that. It was kind of funny. She was like, I don't like that. It's my nickname for you. She doesn't need to be calling you Mikey. And I was like, whoa. Okay. Maybe because this friend was a female, so that added more to it. But like I said, she really held that dearly that no one else called me Mikey. So I thought that was fucking hilarious how she got possessive over a nickname. Another nickname, in fact this actually came from that same ex-girlfriend, is Mr. Silvertongue. And no, it's not for the reasons you think. It came about because, well, I'm a dude. My favorite color is silver. I know, it's weird. I don't know why, it just is. It always has been. Silver just kind of attracts my eye or something. I don't know. And tongue, because I have a tendency to sweet talk girls, especially this girlfriend. I spend a lot of time sweet talking her. I'm one of those guys who say those corny, affectionate things. And finally, the last nickname I'm gonna talk about is I had a female friend a couple years ago give me the nickname 666. Well, it wasn't necessarily given to me, more so a certain appendage of mine. I'm sure you're smart enough to guess what exactly I'm talking about. I don't even remember how we got up on a conversation, but it came up while we were talking, and then she was like, oh yeah, why not 666? I was like, okay, that's kind of badass. I thought that was pretty awesome. I mean, the nickname didn't stick. I mean, after like a couple months, the nickname just didn't apply anymore. I was like, oh, well, it could be, she's like, well, it could be like 777 now. I was like, nah, but it doesn't have the same ring as 666, so that nickname was kind of very short-lived. So, but it was interesting for the time. I thought it was like nice. But that's about it for my nicknames. My question to you guys, what are some of your nicknames? Tell me the story about the nicknames, like where they came from, who gave it to you, and all that stuff in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me if you did. But like always, till the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day, and goodbye.
Nice job, loser.